Sai Ram, everybody. Today's session is about Koshas, the Pancha Koshas. There are five Koshas. First of all, as a seeker, as a person who is investigating into our existence, if we know who we are not the body only. We are the body also, or rather, we live in the body. So, when you have this perception, the next question is we know who we are not the body only. Now, the next question comes, who am I? This is the question. And if we understand Pancha Koshas, explanation of Pancha Koshas, we almost, or rather, we understand who we are. It's very easy to say that we are not the body, we are the conscience, we are the soul, or we are whatever. But we also have this question, Baba, my physical reality is also a reality. How can I just say that I am the conscience or the soul and then keep quiet? Is it possible? No. So the answer to that question lies only in understanding Panchakoshas. And these Panchakoshas have been explained in Upanishads, right? It is as ancient as Vedas. Vedas consists of Aranyaka, Brahmanika, Samhitas, and Upanishads. So Upanishads are the Sarancha, it speaks about the basics or the excerpt in a story form. Now, which are these Panchakoshas? Kosha means the sheath, the layer, the thin layer or the thick layer or whatever. The levels are the layers, 5 layers. So that is how this has been explained. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 layers of our existence. Which are those 5 layers of existence? First is Annamaya Kosha, right? Second is Pranamaya Kosha. And the third is Manomaya Kosha. The fourth one is Vijnanamaya Kosha. And the fifth one is Anandamaya Kosha. Right? So these are the Panchakoshas: Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. 5 koshas we have. This is our existence, is as per the Shastras. Now, the first kosha is Annamaya Kosha. What is Annamaya Kosha? Anna transliteration is rice or food. It's actually Anna is rice. Annamaya Kosha is rice is a metaphor, or the food is a metaphor for the physical body. Annamaya Kosha is talking about the Sthula Sharira, the physical body. What are we made of? We are made of 5 elements: the earth, the water, the air, the fire, and the ether, the void. We are the 5, made of 5 of these 5, constitute these 5 elements, constitute our physical existence. So this is the first layer. So outer layer of these 5 koshas, Pancha Koshas, is Annamaya Kosha. The earth, the water, the air, the fire, and the water. Annamaya Kosha, as it is, has been explained in Taittiriya Upanishad. Apparently, Bhrigu is a son of Varuna. So Bhrigu asks Varuna about what is the truth. What is the truth of physical existence? What are we? What is about our physical existence? That's when, instead of explaining, Varuna advises his son. Varuna is guru of Brigu also. So he says, instead of me putting it in words and explaining, why don't you experience by doing your tapasya? So when he contemplates, tapasya, again, when it comes to tapasya, let us not say that, meditation or that dhyana that we do is tapasya. There is a difference. Just because somebody is closing their eyes and sitting there, it doesn't mean that uh, they are all in a meditative state. No. Tapasya is an inner search. When we go within to find an answer, which is not available in the world outside, when you want to experience the answer that you've been searching for, that is when we do tapasya. Like, for example, if you do the ichha dhyana, like, I want something, I want something. So that is prapti. You want something, you're meditating on that, so you get that, right? Like Ravana was meditating and he wanted Atmalinga of Shiva. Like Arjuna was meditating to get the Pashupatastra. That is not meditation. That is the prapti. So to get a something, that is not meditation. The tapas or tapa is not meditation. Tapa is to walk within in search of a truth, or in search of an answer for which you don't, I mean, in search of an answer for a question, you don't find it outside of you. So that is tapas. So Brigu gets onto a tapas. When he gets into the tapasya, he understands that the first thing, or the first thing that is important, which is the Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha is our being, the physical being, and it consists of every atom and molecule of our body. We are the DNA's structure to every smallest of the smallest atom, matter, proton, neutron, electron, the matter, and everything. From there it starts till your skin and the hair. This entire physical form of you, it is not just, let us not take it as just, okay, fine, physical body is Annamaya Kosha. From your atom, from molecule, from matter, till our superficial cell. The whole thing is Annamaya Kosha, which consists of 5 elements. That is Annamaya Kosha. Amongst the attributes of Annamaya Kosha, we attribute it to illusion. Thinking that we are the body is the illusion. You identifying your body as yourself, the true self, is the illusion. So Annamaya Kosha's dvandva, debate or disagreement, or agreement in the guise of illusion, is Maya. The entire thing. We thinking that our physical body is our true self is an illusion, and that is attributed to Annamaya Kosha. Right? This is about Annamaya Kosha. Next comes the Pranamaya Kosha. Now there is body. Body is made. Body is already formed. There has to be a life force. There has to be an energy. We are talking about Annamaya is inertia. Then comes the energy. You have to move. You have to, you need the energy to sustain. It's like food that you eat is a fuel for the body. You have to maintain a temperature of 98 degrees, little less than 100 degrees. So the vital energy force is Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha has been explained in Prashnopanishad. Prashnopanishad, right? So Pranamaya Kosha is the perfect piercing of the energy. There are all the elements in the body, atoms, molecules, everything is there. Which is it that which is taking it forward? Which is it that it is making it function properly? That energy, that force, that is called the prana. Prana is means vital energy force. So it's a free movement of prana is what is very necessary for our existence. Now, diseases that we go through, the unpleasant experiences, the diseases mainly that we go through, that is because of lack of proper, unhindered flow of this prana, which is energy. So that has been described as five energy, five ways of flow of energy. One is apana. Apana is something which you start losing, like it can be, loose motions, dehydrations, and, all excretory things, profuse sweat, profusely losing your energy levels, losing everything, losing the skin, losing so many things. That is apana. This in Pranamaya Kosha. If there is an imbalance in the free flow of energy, first is apana. You start losing. Then comes the prana. Prana is inhalation and exhalation, the oxygen. Oxygen, don't misconstrue it to be the Pranamaya Kosha. The Pranamaya Kosha is a process where the lungs absorb the oxygen from the air and pass it on to every atom and molecule of the body. It energizes and it brings in oxygen levels higher in the blood. That process is Pranamaya Kosha. Prana is not air or oxygen. Oxygen is supplied through air or by air. The process of processing it and distributing to the whole body is Pranamaya Kosha. However, the air in which the oxygen, which is 20 to 22%, is called the prana, apana, prana. Then comes udana. Udana is blocks, extreme level of heat in the body, your temperatures. There is no way out. You're falling sick. There is no way out. Your temperature is not coming down. There are viral infections. There is severe constipation, lack of digestion. Nothing is happening. Everything is getting stored within. That is something which is making you unhealthy. It is not moving properly in your body. That's also because of unorganized or lack of free flow of prana in your body. That is udana. Then comes your vyana. What is vyana? Vyana transliteration is impulses. You are very impulsive. Your actions and reactions of the body is very, very, uncertain, unpredictable. So it's just very kind of involving in things without knowing what you're doing, which adversely affects your sthula sharira. That is yara. And finally, if there has to be a perfect flow of energy in every atom and molecule of your body, that is called samana. Samana means everything is flowing in a smooth way. The free flow of energy into every atom and molecule of your body. You are in pink of your health physically. That is Sama. So five, which is Apana, Udhana, Prana, Apana, Prana, Udhana, Samana, Vyana. These are the five things, so long as Pranamaya Kosha is concerned. These five are called as Pancha Pranas. People say, this is my Pancha Prana. These are the five Pancha Pranas, which is attributed to Pranamaya Kosha. What are the five Pancha Pranas of Pranamaya Kosha? Apana, Prana, Udana, Vyana, Sama. This is about Pranamaya Kosha. Right? Then comes the third one, the messiest of all, the chaos of all. See, this first one, Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha, your Stula Sharira, which is made, is based on Annamaya Kosha. What are we? Like, five elements. We eat the food. Basically, when we are in the we are the fetus and we are in our mother's womb, whatever mother eats comes in to our body. Even the sperm and the egg is part of Annamaya Kosha. It is made by blood, right? So everything is physical. So that consummation happens, there's a fetus, it grows and everything, it comes from the food that the mother eats, the fluids that the mother drinks, the air that she breathes, that is evolving. So everything comes from earth or the surface of earth, the water, the air, the fire element or to the, that is the heat, the food and vacuum or the void within, everything is from earth. So that's fine. And that is being, the fetus starts moving at the third month. That's why they say you have to be very careful. So now the prana is going in. And when the pranamaya kosha, when upon delivery, it is independent. It eats the food and it's been fed. The child, the infant has been fed and it grows. So this annamaya kosha and pranamaya kosha are together. Now comes the messy part. This is the most chaotic part. This is manomaya kosha. Perception. Perception. So I mean, sorry, the attribute of pranamaya kosha is activity. Anything which activates because of the prana. So first one is illusion that we are the body. The second is the second pranamaya kosha has an attribute which is the energy or the activity, the life force. And the third is manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha, as it says, mana, mind, willpower, power, will, strong will, perceptions, mind. So that is the mess maker. You are what you think you are. Your mind starts working at Manomaya Kosha. And we know mind is Maya, Maya is mind. Maya, we call it as mind. Mind is nothing but Maya. Perceptions, opinions, everything which is processing. So these two are innocent. Annamaya and Pranamaya Kosha, they are very innocent. They are in the Prakriti, they are in the nature. There's nothing. It's very beautiful. It's a free flow. If there's any problem in the body, physically, that has been taken care by, some medicines or healing or therapy or whatever. So it's taken care, it can be brought to normalcy. And then there is a perfect flow of energy, everything is fine. So Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha is fine. Now the mess begins. Or the one which remains, mess remains is only in Manomaya Kosha, perception. Mana is Ahankar, the ego, Shadvargas, Kama, Krodha, Loga, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. That is Mana. Then comes Chitta, which is memory, your brain. It holds all that you see, all that you experience, all that you the experience in terms of what you see, what you smell, what you eat, what you hear, the touch, the feel, everything is stored in the brain. That is under Manomaya Kosha. Mind is Maya. Maya is mind. The brain is under the influence of Manomaya Kosha, but Mana is independent of the Kosha. Kosha is the sheath which covers everything, like perception, the willpower, to every single thing attribute which is the play of mind. Brain is just a repository of the memories. Whatever you have seen, whatever you have heard, whatever you have smelled, whatever the taste you have had, whatever the feel, touch, everything experiences in the brain. It is just a repository. So how we react to a situation, the action and reaction to any reality is in the hands of Manomaya Kosha. Excuse me. That's the most messiest of all the koshas. That is right in between the five koshas. The third one, first two are Annamaya, Pranamaya. The third one is Manomaya. The fourth and the fifth one is Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So right in between. What we need to deal with in our yoga sadhana is to deal with only, mainly, not only, mainly the Manomaya kosha, the Ahankar. Mana is Ahankar, Shadvargas. Then is Chitta, which is memory. So this false ego that I am everything, the body is everything, the body consists of everything, I am everything. That is from the Manomaya kosha, right? So then Ahankar, Mana, false ego, Chitta, the memory, and everything. So that is attributed to the brain. I'll give you a small example. When it comes to perception, this is where the beginning of the mess happens. What is right and what is wrong is in the hands of Manomaya Kosha. That is where the beginning of karma, karma phala happens in Manomaya Kosha. Let's say there is some object, there is something which you see, which is extremely beautiful, and you like it. So the liking it is one, but you want it, but you can't take it because it is not yours. You're not supposed to take it. Discretion. Despite the fact that you're not supposed to take, you'll take it. Karma. Karma. You know, there is something which you are addicted to, you're not supposed to do it, but your mind says, or the mind actually say knows what is right and wrong. If you are able to contain yourself, it's fine. If you indulge, let's say alcoholism is bad, that the mind knows it's bad for the body. Everybody knows what is right and wrong. Everything. Any kind of indulgences, anything that you do under the influence of Arishad Vargas, we clearly know what it is, what is right and wrong. And when we stand in a place of witness and we know that it is right, out of temptations or weakness or patterns, you go ahead and do, your karma phala begins. That is where the discretion, discrimination, everything begins. Your karma phala, rina nabandha begins because of Manomaya Kosha. Your actions, reactions, your every single thing is dependent on Mano. So when it comes to even your health, now what happens? Because of Mana, Manomaya Kosha, what happens? You start doing things directly. Let's say eat excessively, get into vyasanas, get into, let's say, habits which are harmful to the body. Despite that, you do because mind is enjoying it. You're not enjoying. Mind is saying it's enjoying. It's pleasure. Any kind of indulgence. So the moment you indulge in it, your pancha pranas are affected adversely. You become apana, become udana, then you become vyana, and prana is in a mess, right? Samana is under a toss. So your physical body has gone into a big toss. Then, because of this, what it generates, you've done something which is you are not supposed to do. Then comes the guilt. Because of the guilt, stress. Because of the stress, diabetes, hypertension, you name it, including the increase in cortisol levels is because of stress, impulsiveness. I may get caught. Somebody even makes a reference of something which you have done, actually not pointing out to you. You suddenly react in a defensive way. Sudden release of cortisols. Your dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphin gone for a toss. These are the hormones which balance your apana, udana, vyana, not prana and samana. So when this happens, all these things are happening because of what? The manomaya kosha. You are what you think you are. Manomaya kosha also interacts with creative consciousness. Your thoughts into reality, thoughts into reality. I always say this, your thoughts are the basis on which your realities are placed. And those thoughts are in manomaya kosha, which adversely affects, if not moderated, if not dealt with. It adversely affects both pranamaya kosha and annamaya kosha, also vijnanamaya kosha and anandamaya kosha. You can't, this is in between. Either if you balance this, rest of the four are balanced. If this is disturbed, rest of the four are disturbed. This is how the manomaya kosha is our part of our existence. Among the five koshas, we have discussed about annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya. Manomaya kosha is the messiest of all. Now the fourth one which comes into play out of all the five koshas, the fourth one is Vijnanamaya kosha. In reality, Vijnanamaya kosha is when, attribute of Vijnanamaya kosha is wisdom. Jnana Bhakti Karma that we follow, Manomaya kosha, it absorbs the knowledge, Jnana. The processing and understanding the knowledge, the Bhakti, happens in Vijnanamaya kosha. That's why the attribute amongst all the attributes of Vijnanamaya kosha is wisdom. Wisdom is very essential for us to know. And in Vijnanamaya kosha, as I just explained, there is a dual mind. It continues from, Manomaya kosha. Differentiation between what is right and wrong and acting on it. Acting based on the decision that you make, whether it is right or wrong, what you're doing is right or wrong, and how your actions and reactions. The dual mind, for example, as I said, is something which is very beautiful, a beautiful flower in a garden, which is somewhere else. The flower is something which you love it. But you just see the flower. You don't like every flower that you see. There is a flower which really garners your attention and you really love it. There's a beautiful fragrance to that. Your attraction levels are much higher. So the one which is very favorite to you, very beautiful, very attractive, that discretion comes out of wisdom. It can be a flower, it can be a person, There are so many people. But you like one person or particular type of people because they are in sync with your thought processes, they are in sync with your emotions. So you get attracted to such people. That comes from Vijnanamaya Kosha, the analysis. For example, all of us are in Sai Panth, we practice Shunya Kriya, which is part of our life. How do we go forward? Where do we go forward? So we collect together, we congregate together, we keep our tribe is small, we relate to one another, we relate to the philosophy, we have a common guru, we are guru bandhus. So all these thoughts, processes, and progression is in the hands of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Out of the Pancha Koshas, the fourth one is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is also the place of evolution of Vijnanamaya Kosha is Hamsa Chakra, between your eyebrows. The dip between your eyebrows above the Nasikagra here. Discretionary power, which we in our yogic order, which we attribute to, is Hamsa. So Hamsa Chakra is the governing um, energy center for Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now, Vijnanamaya Kosha differentiates between us and animals. When it comes to animals live on four instincts or four attributes: the hunger, the fear, the procreation, and sleep, which we also have. We have hunger, procreation, fear, and sleep. But what does it which differentiates between animals and us is the intellect. That intellect and reasoning and discrimination or discretion comes from Vijnanamaya Kosha. The fifth attribute which differentiates between us and animals are is at Vijnanamaya Kosha. This is the story. This is the explanation of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now, finally, it's very simple. The fifth kosha or the sheath is Anandamaya Kosha. What is Anandamaya Kosha? Anandamaya Kosha is absolute Sat Chit Ananda. Satchidananda. Absolute state of bliss. Completely shed. Completely absolved from the thoughts, the emotions, the reasoning, the intellect, everything is gone. You have unlearned everything that is not required. Nirvichara samadhi, desireless, thoughtless yet awareness. Nirvikalpa samadhi, desireless yet awareness. Samadhi is a sthiti. Samadhi means a state. Samadhi means a state in which you are. That state is a very blissful state. There's absolute silence. That is the supreme and highest level of evolution. Till such time, the influence of the third Manomaya Kosha has receded or rather vanished at Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is the fourth where everything is diluted. You are already evolved. You have started experiencing. You have started progressing. You have started identifying who you are. So that is Vijnanamaya Kosha. And once you are through with the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha, as I said, is a state of absolute Nirvichara Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and Satchidananda. Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna is in Vijnanamaya Kosha. Sorry, I missed saying that. In Vijnanamaya Kosha, you are in Sthita Prajna. Once you complete the level of Vijnanamaya Kosha, you are an absolute Sthita Prajna where you anything which is a so-called pleasant realities don't excite you. So-called unpleasant realities don't hurt you or harm. You are in an absolute state of Sthita Prajna Asakshi. Then you are in a state of Anandamaya Kosha, silence, bliss, beyond the realm of time and space. Your absolute Satchidananda. That is the state of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Sorry, Anandamaya Kosha. I don't know, getting confused. So that is a state of Anandamaya Kosha. Right? Now, what is it that we do? In Shunya Kriya. Just go through the process that what we go through our sadhana, yoga sadhana process. Just visit. Now, how scientific we are. We deal with Annamaya Kosha. We take care of healing the physical body. Then with pranayama, we take care of pranamaya Kosha. When we invoke Mother Kundalini, the Chaitanya of Mother Kundalini passes through every atom of and molecule of our body. The Chaitanya of Mother Kundalini, not Mother herself, her Chaitanya. Heals, nurtures, energizes, balance, opens all the chakra, goes to every atom and molecule of the body. The prana is one with the mother, that energy, the flow, your apana, vyana, everything is settled, right? You are in a state of samana. We deal with Annamaya Kosha and then we deal with Pranamaya Kosha. Then we get into a state of Sakshi. We let go of the mind. We let go of the emotions. We withdraw to a state of Sakshi. We are a state of Sakshi. You're dealing with Manomaya Kosha. Right? When you forgive at Agnya Chakra, at the back of Agnya, when you are in a state of forgiveness, everybody is one. There is nothing. There is no dualism. You are absolutely in a state of Sthita Prajna. You don't have any like or dislike. You are absolutely in a state of witness, the Sakshi, Vijnanamaya Kosha. And finally, when you keep your attention at Sahasrara and beyond, the feet of your Guru, Sri Sainatha, in your attention and oneness with him, absolute state of bliss. Anandamaya Kosha. All the Pancha Koshas you experience in Shunya Kriya. Taking care of all the Pancha Kosha, and amongst all of them, the mess is the Manomaya Kosha. That also you are dealing with. This process of Shunya Kriya, which I keep insisting that you have to do your sadhana, is because the 5 sheets, Pancha, Koshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, all the things are taken care. Your progression is exponential. Your growth is exponential. So does it happen that once you are done with Annamaya Kosha, dealing with, and Pranamaya Kosha, or Manomaya Kosha, when you come till Manomaya Kosha, is it once? Is it done at once? No. If you move towards Vijnanamaya Kosha, then to Anandamaya Kosha, then you are done. No. You sway between Annamaya till Anandamaya. That sway is imbalance of your nadis, Ida Pingala. Why we balance our nadis? Why we always say that we have to be in a state of Sthita Prajna? Then we go to the Satchidananda. Because the Shunya Kriya, which takes you through the whole process of dealing with every kosha, and because of Manomaya Kosha, we are in and out of the state of bliss. But our consistent sadhana keeps us for a larger passage of time in a state of bliss. Sthita Prajna and this. And your Annamaya and Pranamaya is taken care. Physical body and the energies are taken care. Your Vijnanamaya, Sthita Prajnastya and Anandamaya is taken care in between. In between the scale, the needle is Manomaya Kosha. You're dealing with Manomaya Kosha. That's the mess maker, right? This is about Panchakoshas. How do we get out? How do we? Now, the next question that comes is, what do we do? How is it that you have we have come to Saipanth? How is it that we are enjoying? How is it that we are progressing? Based on what? This is the question. What do we do? Big question. Now, for example, you have to get out of the cycle of birth and death. That is the only way. You have to get out of the realm of time and space. That when you are in a state of stillness, there's no time. You're in a state of bliss. That's you. Satchidananda, Paramatma, Atma and Paramatma. For example, let us say there's a balloon and these Panchakoshas are in the balloon. The air in the balloon. The balloon is your karma phala, within which these Panchakoshas are trapped. You see a bunch of balloons. Remember Panchakoshas. Your karma phala, rana bandha is the balloon. Your Panchakoshas are trapped into it. Your sadhana from within, you travel within and within and within, your yoga sadhana will burst the balloon. And you are one with the supreme consciousness. Like the one balloon, air in the balloon is one with all the air, with the air outside of it. That is the simplest possible example I can give you. Now, question comes. Is Dvaita Advaita? There are two things about Anandamaya Kosha. Assuming that you have broken the balloon of karma phala, rana bandha, you are one with the Parama Chaitanya. You are one with the air outside of the balloon. There is air outside of the balloon, there is air within the balloon. Those are Panchakoshas, and outside is bliss. Your karma phala is that balloon which you have burst open because of your yoga sadhana, grace of your guru, most importantly. You're done. Now the question between Dvaita and Advaita. Dvaita says, I am experiencing the bliss, the dualism. Then who are you? Right? You still have that question, who are you? Dvaita says, I am in a state of bliss. Who is in a state of bliss? The I, who is you? Still there is a discretion. There is still a differentiation in Dvaita. Advaita is we. The Advaita says, I am the bliss. I am not enjoying or being in a state of bliss. I am the very bliss. That's it. The difference between Dvaita and Advaita in after when you attain a Anandamaya Kosha. That's beyond. Now, what is it? Is Anandamaya Kosha the ultimate and the final? For us, who follow Shunya Kriya, Anandamaya Kosha, the Satchidananda Sthiti, which is beyond that is Shunya. The existence of even the state of bliss exists in something. That something which it exists is Shunya, and we are that Shunya. Nothingness, not even the bliss. There's absolute nothingness. Complete nothingness. Because first level is Dvaita, which says that I am enjoying a state of bliss. Dvaita. Now we are Advaitis. We go beyond Dvaita and beyond Advaita also because we go to Shunya. So Dvaitis say, I am enjoying the bliss. So bliss and I are separate. Whereas we Advaitis say, I am the very bliss. No confusion. That Satchidananda is me. For Dvaitis, I am in a Satchidananda sthiti, sthara. state. For Advaitis, we are Satchidananda ourselves. We are not enjoying, we are not being in that state, we are that state in itself. But Shunya Kriya, every existence exists somewhere. Even the sthira or the sthiti of Satchidananda exists somewhere. That is Satchidananda, which it exists, is Shunya. Purna to Shunya. Satchidananda is Purna, Sampurna. But that Purna exists in something, that Purna which exists in something is Shunya. We go to Shunya. There's nothing beyond. Shunya is everything. Finished. There's nothing beyond. Because from Satchidananda, you can fall back. You can again get into the balloon. Pancha Koshas again puts you back into the balloon. Whereas when you're in Shunya, you're done. You don't exist. There's nothing. That is Shunya. So this is about the Pancha Koshas, right? So I have made a sincere effort with little bit of fumbling here and there, because memorizing all these things takes a little toll. So this is about Pancha Koshas. This is about how the karma phala holds the Pancha Koshas, the balloon example that I gave. Plus, what is it that which is beyond Anandamaya Kosha is Shunya. How do we cross over from Panchakoshas also in Shunya Kriya? And how Shunya Kriya takes care of these Panchakoshas in our yoga sadhana. All are, I have made earnest effort to explain all the 7-8 points that is relevant to Panchakoshas. Thank you. Thanks for the patient hearing. Saira.